1, 2. Okay. Weird. Pressing that button didn't fucking... Wait, I'm confused. Why did that happen? I thought I started the run just now. Do the hotkeys just not work when numlock is on? I guess that's what's happening. I need to switch the hotkeys around, I think. Because home and end are too dangerous to be used because of these fucking button clashes. I can't.
To the sun-drenched tropical paradise of Isle Delfino.
Hmm.
So pleased to welcome you to our beautiful.
I don't know what I can do there.
Come enjoy a natural wonderland to which we've added the
Yeah, I'm
world's
gonna.
finest resort
One
facilities,
sec.
a
So
spectacular amusement park, and succulent seafood.
yeah, change the switch comparison ones. So previous is gonna be that button, and next is gonna be that button. And that should not clash in any significant way with anything we've had so far. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, never mind. Sorry, I just got a bit confused with some of my hotkeys. I diagnosed that the reason that the game audio was just getting much louder all of a sudden. Sometimes I realized that was because of a collision with keyboard shortcuts that OBS was using. Like, it would use home and end in order to maximize and minimize volume, which makes no sense whatsoever. And I was using home and end for my hotkey for live split changing comparisons and that. So yeah, I'm still not out of the woods with these fucking key collisions, but I don't know. Hopefully we'll be able to make them work fine. There's another thing I wanted to fix actually, which is just that I want to dip my gait. It's been picking up too much on my breathing. So I'll set it to 37 because I guess I'll be decently loud today. Actually, do you know, I'll do 38. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we are ready to do some speedruns. So let's see how it goes. I'll do the first few runs without music, and then maybe like for the race tonight I might go for some music, because I find it's quite nice. Don't know if anyone is even starting the weekly today. Nobody's turned up yet. No, someone will probably show up. Just check that everything is in Italian. Yep. Okay. Not good airstrip. Some scuffed movement.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item.
But yeah.
GAD Science Incorporated. Preparing to register customer information.
I'll be here for
Scanning and classifying
a few hours.
Subject identified.
I'll probably end up taking another break because of scheduling conflicts. Just ahead of the race, which starts at midnight, which is in 2 hours and 42 minutes. God, this tea is hot. I don't want to touch that by accident.
Use the R button to shoot water from my tank.
Still don't understand what is using up so much
Press the
CPU.
R button all the way down, you can stop and shoot. You can then use the control stick to aim in any direction. Press the X button. to
Chrome and
use the
Firefox,
hover
2 remote
muzzle.
desktop services running at the same time, as well as
To hover in the air for a
Twitch
short
chat. I
time.
still feel like it shouldn't be using up that much CPU,
This
but
tank is empty. No
it's been
longer
really
on the
difficult
screen.
lately.
To refill tank,
Discord
press
is
body
always
of
uses
water
like
and
1%
press
as
the
well. It's
R
really
button.
dumb.
Instructions complete. Proceed.
Good old no flinch plant. That's what we like to see. Not many people online at the moment. It's the same old one guy, as well as I don't know who that is. The other person, Mr. Diablo, or Miss Diablo, or NB Diablo. But you don't see anyone who is in the league playing SMS at all, unless it's like 20 shines or something. Things have really died out.
Court is now in session.
As you are no doubt aware, someone has been senselessly defacing Fair Isle Delfino using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on?
I love this comment in GB Discord. For whatever reason, I felt real down these last 2 days. Certainly couldn't be all of the waves, hands, everything going on in the world. Yeah. Understandable. Oh yeah, there was an interesting Quaddle. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, whatever.
Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on
I wonder if anyone is online today. I wonder if I'm online.
The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than
Like, I wonder what my audio is like today. Hopefully it just works. Let me try to live mix it actually if I talk over the cutscene.
To clean this entire island. Until Isle Delfino is completely free of his vile handiwork, Mario shall not be allowed to leave. Court adjourned.
What if I talk a little bit further back?
This appears to be quite a predicament, Mario. Data analysis verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution, but the pollution
It's fine.
is not the main problem.
I'm decided to experiment with mixing
You witnessed the
game
sound
audio
of
to
the
minus
voice
18
incorrect. It is a
today.
shine sprite. Shine sprites are the source of power.
Where's
of
that shit?
Isle
Please go
Delfino.
away. Oh shit, and I need to update my PB and my
Is
title.
at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti
Okay, I just did that.
has polluted the island and most of the Shine sprites have fled. There is no longer any power to support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders. It is most pitiable.
I'm gonna start actually putting the mic closer to my mouth. I think I'm gonna raise the game audio a little bit.
Is to keep the island from becoming any dirtier. The perpetrator is likely.
Let's try this. Minus 17 decibels game audio, and
Mario,
mic's about a foot away from the mouth because it's a dynamic mic. And I should probably remove the tea bag at this point. I have a few seconds before the run starts still. So I can... Oh yeah, there's a neat little handle on the tea bag, which is nice. Just do that actually. Okay. Let's do some runs. I think it's still a little bit wet, I didn't dry it properly. Let me just do that now. Okay, I think we're good. Don't know, today's runs I am hoping to just kind of play well again like last time and don't blunder Pinner as much and don't die on Serenity. That's about it really. Hopefully I can also cut down the time losses on Noki 4 and 6. But yeah, that's the main thing. I had a really good early game in my PB. 31 flat. I think it was about 31 flat. Exit from Pianta exit. That's the one. I'll check the splits, I'll mess about with them in a bit. I wouldn't call this a setup as JJ said, it's just a random bollocks. It just kind of works. Or not. Who knows? Who really knows what's going on? Title is wrong. I tried to fix it. Did it not update? But yeah, I always forget to set the stream title at the beginning of the stream. Nice, that was fast. Very fast. I don't usually have to wait for this. But I'm not learning those stupid Y-turn wall kicks. Still says 18 for me. Good luck, good luck. Thank you. How's it going? How are you doing? Any percent PB 12400. Done. Okay, I clicked done on the title again. It really should work this time. But fuck knows what's gonna happen. Big jab, let's go. I'm glad I managed to fix this successfully. How you been doing anyway? Don't know if you've been playing much SMS or not much of that. Things have been a bit rough lately. Just in terms of reading stuff on Twitter about world affairs and that, so I don't blame everyone for being a little bit in hibernation mode. It kind of hits closer when it's in Europe. As much as I would like to be able to care about things that aren't in Europe as much. It's just a different thing. I'm okay. Just finished the school week. That sounds pretty nice. I wanted to, just before I forget, see if I can... Oh god, I can't really do anything on this computer. I wanted to check what my Pianta exit was. I think it was 310X on my PB. Because it was sort of a good early game. But I'm not bothering to compare against PB anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, that was close. Have we been doing anything SMS related lately? I'm curious. It's alright if you haven't, it's just kind of a... When I catch up with an SMS player, it's a go-to question. There's not really much happening at the moment anyway in my stream, I'm just doing an early game. Not since Monday. 4 days ago. That's fair enough, I mean, keep busy with things. But what were you working on here? I guess you still do any percent. You do races. I think I saw you miss one race the whole time I've been doing the league. Or like the whole league, the whole time we've been doing the league, I should say. I miss them every now and again just because I get lazy. But yeah, that would be like the 1-up style of playing SMS. Oops, see I stand a little bit too far back. This should be fine. It's a little rough missing a cycle on the plant, but it's better than missing travel skip. Just been doing weeklies lately. It's worked out pretty well for 1-ups. And yeah, I know how you feel, that's kind of how most people have felt. It's really tiring for me as well, because I feel like I'm putting more and more pressure on myself the closer we get to the deadline. I'm still not really happy with where I am. I mean, it was going to miss my target of 119 in 3 months, no matter what, I think, but I did have a really good chance of getting the most points in the league, so I did want to actually see that through. And that means I still have another 53 seconds I need to cut off. And it's like every day that it gets closer to the deadline I feel a little bit more stressy about that, but gotta just not worry about it. And just play. With RTA you really can't put any kinds of targets on yourself. What was that noise? With ILs you can do a bit more target oriented stuff because you just have to, you know, practice single levels, and if one of them doesn't go well you can switch to another one and it's not so bad. Although the league is ending, I might push for it next month. At the same time though, I'd kind of like to enjoy more 79. 79, yeah, that's it. But 2.5 hour speedrun is, yeah, fair enough. I feel like anything longer than any percent is really pushing it. Like, I've always considered any percent to be a marathon category. And then you see people doing the 602. Okay. I mean, this still sucks if I get a good pattern and then I've lost ILPB to that, but oh well. Yeah, all the categories that are just really long, I don't know how I would feel about them. I feel like with 120 I was considering learning it and being like, well, I'll just learn the route and play it for fun sometimes. But like, I wouldn't ever consider grinding that. PC's actually blocking me from getting missiled by that plant, which seems to have died. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, those mini piranha plants despawn, which is nice. Clear these out, that's a lot of points. Okay, they seem to have all gone. Do we think we need water? Alright, well, we got some. Nice bit of second best. If it's second best and only one tornado, then nah, it's 2 tornadoes, never mind. It would have been able to be an ILPB if it were only one tornado. So then, I mean, I messed up the point, but in my PB I messed up the ground pound, so it would have been a little bit better. I worry way too much about that stupid IL. It's just like the only IL I have that doesn't have video. Alright, anyway. Sorry, I just tune out of chat a bit because I'm really bad at this level, but we're all good now. How it goes. How goes it, rather? It goes. It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. It goes alright, I'm doing alright. What about you? What have you been up to? I've just been, you know, I've been doing this for like the past long time. I've just been sort of spent 3 months basically running any percent. You know, for the Winter League, that's kind of what I focused on. I've been streaming a hell of a lot as well. Started running out of things to say. Testing mod stuff, yeah. Do you have any projects on for modding? Like what kind of stuff you're testing? That's cool though, it means you buried your head in a project because I hadn't seen you for a while. Just making some random stuff. Yeah, that's cool. I just remembered when I was flicking through what was it? I was flicking through the like posts in the SMS events Discord, the one that we used for tasks and stuff for custom ILs. And I saw that you announced an exact date for the next custom IL tourney, which I thought was interesting. People don't usually announce exact dates for things. It's scary to do that. Didn't want to risk a triple jump there because the angle was off. I do slow GPS, but I do it fast. I've kind of optimized the way that I do it. Fair amount. Wow, that's amazing. I saved a second on... I usually get behind on that target, so this is a 45-second IL, I think, is what I have in my target. So I always get behind it, but I actually managed to get ahead of it that time. Yeah, custom IL tourney season 3. Gives me something to work towards, else I just forget. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't remember what the exact date was, but I think it's in July. I think I missed the spam spray. Oh god. Fuck. I hate this level so much. I missed one spam spray and then like... I got slightly too far behind his legs as well. So the spray missed him as well, which is just stupid. Thankfully that wasn't as bad as it has been lately. It's still pretty annoying, but... I mean, it's only annoying because the rest of the early game was as good as it was. 119 paced early game. 20 ahead of PB, wow. That's impressive. But I don't know why I'm comparing to PB. I should be comparing to the 119 comparison. It's a little easier to understand than the PB comparison for me personally. Those are the targets I set myself for every level. And then I have like a plus minus on them. Yeah, let me just press that button. I think that should change it. Yeah, I'm just very slightly ahead, okay. I'm impressed that I'm ahead. If I can, I mean, I'm not going to be able to keep that up for the rest of the run. The first 6th is definitely among the easiest of the 6th. I don't know if it's the easiest. I think it is the easiest, to be honest. I always get ahead on that 6th. Pinner's probably the next easiest. But that's probably the best way to handle that. Nice anticipation. I should probably have done a better job of this. I can like bait the Chomp out from behind the tunnel and stuff, and yeah, whatever. It's a bit slow. It's not too bad though. I'll lose like 4 or 5 seconds. 10th of July 2022, Pogi, Woof. Yeah, I feel like Woof and Bork are slightly uninspired names for splits, but I'm okay with them. I was considering renaming Pianta 1 to Flowchart, but I can't really do that because I don't actually have much of a flowchart. I haven't bothered to learn many of the combinations and shit, so it would be disingenuous to call that a flowchart. I've not messed that up recently, that's interesting. That bridge water slide they haven't messed up for weeks. The like normal one in Pianta. So I was actually really surprised. I was like, what do I do? Rip Pianta 2 gold, keeper. I hate how much Mario bounces off the pole when he falls off it. I always feel like I'm just going to get pushed all the way off. It's really terrifying. I need to start making stages for the comp, thinking of a custom blooper stage. That would be funny. I think by then we really ought to have the art. Oh shit, I have tea, I haven't been drinking it. Fucking builder's tea or whatever. Yorkshire tea. Yeah, we should have a custom. No, we should have the RTA timer by the time tasks come around again, like custom ILs. So it would make sense to like have the blooper as part of it, maybe. Although I guess the blooper doesn't necessarily swap the timer to in-game time anyway, so I'm kind of bullshitting. That was pretty smooth. I'm not sure it was a gold, might have been, but it was pretty good. I liked it. Good movement. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, it's only a second ahead. Yeah, I mean, I skipped the cutscene at the beginning slowly. It's a 35 IL, which means this was probably like a 33.5 if you take into account that cutscene. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think I was just getting ahead of myself. I was thinking of something in my mind's eye. It doesn't matter too much. I was thinking if like there was movement to the blooper that was included in the timing, that would be cool as well as just the blooper. Because if you just do the blooper, it might be a little trivial. If you literally use the blooper, like there isn't really much room to optimize that. So the IL could be quite boring. That was what I was thinking. Uh-oh. Run! Mario, go faster. Shit. Okay, let's try this. Okay, never mind. That doesn't work. Whatever. I at least reacted fast, so I'm not going to lose a huge amount of time, but it's still 5 seconds on a bad pattern. Thanks for the GL, Rasmus. Yeah, I get what you mean. Fair enough. These runs are all a little bit more consistent than they used to be, I have to say. I mean, I am getting behind the 119, but not that behind. It's all a little bit nicer. But yeah, the RTA timer Google chooses like the quarter frame timer that is advertised. Basically, the difference between that and normal in-game timer is it just always measures the entire level, even if the clock would reset. Like say you can measure Pianta 6 full level or Rico 2 like the entire level rather than just the bit that's on the usual timer. Yeah, and we were talking about Rico 2, so that's kind of why I was thinking about that. I am a little bit too scared to mess this up, so I try to really set up a good angle, but in doing so you lose 5 seconds. I really should Just be a bit braver about that, I think. I've just been really scared that I'm going to fail Yoshi skip. And I guess on a run like this, I was not feeling the risk that much, so I should forgive myself. But yeah, we still do baby strats. And hopefully the Chuckster goes as fast as possible, because that loses the least amount of time when you're not going for early cycle. This Chuckster's like not being much of a bro, to be honest. He stopped earlier. I'm just not gonna go for rat bounce. This looks pretty good. Sometimes I'm scared to dive early there. Diving early is what makes that shine grab consistent, I think. That sounds really cool, yeah. It's just a little improvement, it just means everything is a little bit more real time. I'm gonna be making a new map from scratch, I don't know which is faster in water though, Turbo or Blooper? It's a great question, I have no idea. Turbo vs Blooper, who would win? What is the speed of Turbo in water? I can't actually remember. Also, thanks Jay for the good luck, forgot to say hi. I think it's like 80 speed still, I'm not sure. Mashing text slowly, okay. Yeah, unfortunate. It's a really scruffy start. Everything about this has been slow so far. That was good. So that was an interesting spam spray RNG. At least it actually unlocked the fourth Pianta, but it didn't clean any of the goop around it. Fifth Pianta unlocked. How did that miss? I'm really surprised. That seemed perfect to me. Definitely not been feeling this level of late. I need to actually learn what the movement is here. Still decent, I'll take these 204s, I'll lose 2 or 3 seconds to comparison, but it's not really a big deal. How is comparison doing anyway? Plus 12 on 119. Impressive. That is fast. This is going to be a 30 Pianta. That is something. Certainly for me, who does only slow strats in the B in early game. You gotta let me know when you figure out which is faster between Turbo and Blooper. That's one of the great questions of life. I've not gotten them down before the railing for a while. Always mess up the setup slightly, but I should take half a second off this comparison. I always get ahead of it. Yeah, I'll move half a second from Pianta 7 to Pianta 5 probably. Or just get faster at Yoshi skip with forehead. Nice, 30-46, damn, that's good. Plus 11, maybe this is the 122, oh, finally. We'll see how it goes, but for the most part. For the most part, I guess early game has been increasingly chill for me. A lot of the high stakes secrets are just later on. And I don't have shit early games as much anymore. The kinds that just make me go like, ah, I don't care what happens in the secret, and then because I'm not nervous I don't die. We'll see how it goes. Dee 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 dee. This has not really made any mistakes so far, so it'll be nice. Nice chance for a perfect mecha to gold with. Yeah, I've been missing the fourth shot despite getting the grab quite a lot. That's actually the second time that's happened, and it's a nasty mistake because it costs about 15 seconds. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It could have been sick. You know, it would have been nice to get a gold that has a clean beginning movement. But yeah, because I just don't rely on hitting all of those shots, I'm still ahead of comparison. I just kind of get like a bonus minus 15 on Pianta 1 if I manage to actually hit that fourth shot. But it's a bit of a tricky one. The early fourth shot. F. FO in the chat-o. How's your any percent been, Google Cheese? I wonder if you've been playing lately. I remember you joined a few EU weeklies. Between modding and schoolwork, not had time. That was precarious. Hate that. Every setup that I do here is just scuffed for some reason or other. That was some straining I just did there. But you know, slow and steady wins Pinner too. I've been really wanting to join the weeklies, but I have stuff on every week at the time of the EU friendly weekly. Oh damn, yeah, that's important. Saturdays at 7 PM. Uni work, regular work, modding. Don't have time to grind the game. What do you do for regular work actually? I'm curious about that now. Do you work in like Pizza Hut like Fetch and Drew? No, probably not. But I was just curious. I always lose time on Pinner 3, even though my comparison is against a 51 IL. Probably do something about that. 51, yeah, see like this kind of a mistake happens and then I'm immediately just not gonna hit the 51. It's... oh well, not with movement like this anyway, fuck. Oh god, I went the wrong way. Okay, it's cute. But yeah, I mean, that IL presumes that you get there before the boat anyway, so like if the boat's gone, you know, you're behind. It's unfortunate, but whatever. Lose 3 seconds here, 4 seconds maybe. Turbo in the water 78.02, turbo on land is 80.13. Blooper on water is 45.89. Yeah, that's a pretty massive difference. I guess it makes sense, it just doesn't... it's not clear which would be faster because you never see them side by side, and I guess the blooper is also... you know, it's used in much less expansive spaces, isn't it, than the turbo. you know, all of the areas you use it in are a lot smaller, so it kind of seems like it's as fast or something. Yeah, the little difference is also interesting between land and water. Very late unlock on the last guy here is a little shaky, but I think we've got this under control, kind of, maybe, yes. Late unlock, but still managed to fucking carry it, which is nice. Okay, it's good to get a bit of bonus time save there. As for work, I'm a sign maker. That is really, really cool. What kinds of signs? That's really interesting. What do you mean by making them anyway? Do you mean designing them? Do you mean the process of, you know, making them out of metal or something like that? I don't know. Design, manufacture, installed a lot. So what is it that makes it specific then? It's a specific type of sign, is it like... In what context is the sign used, usually? And that's probably what distinguishes your job from like any other sign maker. Yeah, run back here for the papaya. Take a few steps forward, lob it, run back. You should watch my UIG setup here. This is like an extremely beginner friendly one that I would recommend to everyone. So we're just gonna run up here and place Yoshi in this specific position, sort of turn him around a bit. Run back here to get a stew. And 2 stews, it's not a problem. Run with a specific timing and then just sidestep through the entire wall, which is always fun. And that is like a fast enough 5YG. I almost actually fucked it up there, and you need to start spraying a little bit later than I did because Yoshi's fucking jet of juice just expires. Yeah, not the fastest, but this is still like a 122 entry, I would say. $122, which is pretty fair enough. Don't really know how that compares to a typical 3YG, but... I'm a bit scared of the ending, honestly. Unfortunately, I still ended up losing time because of that, but it's fine. General signage, health and safety, shop front signage, everything. So I guess it's a sign consultancy then. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you'd be allowed to make like traffic signs. You probably wouldn't be allowed to design them. That's probably done by a specific authority. But yeah, that's what comes to mind, I guess. Damn, you watch out there. I'm not really that bad at this level, come on. Like, I felt like I targeted him in the right place. Maybe I didn't get the other spam spray off or something. So I always wonder why I lose time here. But I guess it's not a huge problem. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick save warp. You need to be a registered company to do that, right? Yeah. You wouldn't say consultancy? Fair enough. I'm mostly, just trying to sort of imagine what it's like. Alright, so after Bianco 7 I'm gonna check how I'm doing. That's like the midway point of the run. See how we're doing in terms of the 119 comparison. But yeah, we got Bianco 6 to do first. I actually quite like diving early there just to cut speed down. It's a little bit less annoying. It's a pretty good one slide there. Happy with that. I'm not very consistent at one slide. Sick entry. No real mistakes. Except for mashing the fucking cutscene again. That was so stupid. I got so little speed and I still almost managed to finesse it into making it, but just barely didn't. Fuck. At least I took my time there and didn't die to bonking the wall, which has often happened in the past. Like I'll just get impatient and I'll press B before I hit the wall and then I'll bonk the wall instead of wall kicking. Man, that was nasty. 2 deaths there, worth 35 seconds. If it weren't for that, I mean, I'm still doing very well on this run, honestly. It's just, that's really the only bad thing that happened at all. 2 deaths on Bianco 6. Still, we're going to enter the halfway point at what is almost a 121 pace, so that's impressive. I would say not really a 121 pace, more like a low 122. Still good. Good as fuck. Very ahead of PB, I think. That was decent. Almost got the quick kill. Run back. That should be an array of different stuff I've made. Okay, nice. Control click, load in a new tab. The second to last one is an old one we are replacing with an identical one. Tank not full. Oh, nice. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. That's cool. I'll take a closer look later. I hate when I don't manage to get a full jump there. It can be really annoying, and when the fruit doesn't come down, then it can be pain, but it's fine. I've gotten a bit better at just managing to get into the pipe there. Inflatable hire and all-weather party venue. Okay, no, that's awesome. Bounce. Gotta turn a bit earlier here and sacrifice a bit of speed because the Piantas are in the way. But in most Sirena Hotel entries you would turn late so that you can hold on to speed. Needs to be a little bit less nervous. I don't think it was really nerves, I just drop spins sometimes on Bianco 6 or whatever other level, I don't even know. Gotta wait for the Manta to turn. What the fuck is happening? Why did it just piss off in the opposite direction? And it didn't turn at all even though I was standing in the right place. This is a really scuffed pattern now. I guess it could have been worse, but honestly it's... I don't know what the fuck that was about. And I can't say... my hand is just not complying with spam spraying fast today. Probably should have used a different finger for the initial section. Forgot to check if I had water there. Yeah, it's pretty awful. Yeah, the second to last one you mentioned does look like a pretty classic sign. Nice backup. So that ended up losing 21? Okay, well, that's pretty depressing, but... I don't know what happened there. I thought... Did I just not wait long enough? I'm gonna have to put that in the help channel again. I've had to put questions regarding to Hutless. Questions about Hutless in the help channel once already. I guess I'll just have to do it again. Really stupid. But I'm not gonna worry about that. Major time losses were kind of inevitable. It was surprising I got to pin a 4 without... Well, in fact, I got to pin a 7 without making a single major mistake. That's strange. It's never happened before. I'll get back to chat after I've done this level because it's very hard. Nice boo bounce. This I did at least practice a good amount. My eyes just kind of feel a bit tired, unfortunately. Man, I'm just gonna overheat just by seeing Mario do that little fucking butt slide. Very scary. Don't like this level. I've just had a lot of problems with it lately. I wonder if I should just learn the advanced strat and gamble on it just so I can avoid stressing myself out over it. The second to last one was one the company made. Oh, same company, okay, like 15 to 20 years ago. Nice. What's the name of the company? I'm curious. I'm guessing it's Scottish. A sort of fairly local one. Jump dive. What did we say here? We just press A, B. Fuck me. I hate that. That's fine, I'll let myself off for that. It's a bit of a dumb mistake. I'd rather not say. Fair enough, fair enough. I should have specified, so you don't have to say if you don't wanna. I usually do specify that, but I was a bit lazy. Still remember that discussion we had about the word squint and how that's just not used in England. Or in America, obviously, but it's not used even in England. No one knew what you were saying when you said it's a bit squint. That's the fun thing with dialects. Thick. The mistakes are starting to come thick and fast now. Just hover a little bit further, sidestep a little bit further, you should be okay. One failed casino skip costs 13. Yeah, failing casino skip is unfortunately very expensive. And yeah, with all the time losses here, I'm definitely eating back into the 122 or whatever the fuck I thought I could say. Whatever the fuck I thought I was getting. Squint, you know, like when something's a bit slanted, you're like, it's squint. Crooked or whatever. Yeah, I was back in Metacore's Discord. If that can be said to belong to... No, it's not even his Discord, sorry, I'm stupid. It's Undercover Orange's Discord. That was it. Oh, I just forgot. Because I always remember that Metacore had like a set of posts in like the welcome channel or whatever, so I thought it was his Discord. I don't know what I keep doing wrong there. It's like I press B and it doesn't work. I don't know. I've gotten 3 extra cycles twice in a row, I think. It would be nice to not have that. Get carried a little for once. Would be good. Well, so far this is looking pretty carried. Brute was in an okay spot. And this is just an extra cycle, so, or like a, not an extra cycle, but like one of the ones you have to cancel. Nice, okay, we got Fruits again. Just watch very carefully where the pepper goes, run back and get it, concentrate, concentration, condensation. It's a shame I fucked up that ground pound. This could have been a nice gold kind of thing again. Oh shit, I let it get away. That was a bit slow, it's fine though. Okay, question mark means you can guarantee a fruit cycle. Pepper basically went in the same direction as last time. It's still pretty good, like, this might gold. Do I have to ground pound here to get the shine? Mashell? Ah, never mind. Still a gold, and got the RNG 7-second time save, yeah, because my comparison assumes an extra cycle. I don't remember saying it, but yeah, squint is a common thing I say. Something 8 level. Yeah. Nah, it makes sense. That was annoying. This is not fast. But it'll do, I guess, that's fine. I don't have enough water to talk to the guy from further away, that's silly. What was my target on this level again? I'm definitely behind it. Yeah, I think it was like a 222. It's fine. Yeah, this is a messy Sirena, but I never really make it out of Sirena alive. I got carried a bit by RNG, but other than that, it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna definitely check. So Sirena is the 2/3 mark for the run, so I'm definitely gonna have a look at how the run is doing. I stood too far back, come on. Yeah. A little slow, but not too bad. Looks like a second here. Well, I lost a second on the talk as well. That ended up being 3, okay. Fine. So, run overall is... Please scroll, fuck off. Sorry. Plus 132 at the 2/3 mark. It's not too bad. It's still like 30 ahead, or maybe more like 20 ahead, but I'm definitely starting to lose a bit of the advantage I had at the beginning of the run. So we've got to just play well. Side flip. Yeah, I missed many cycles because I just slam into the fucking goop here. You know, those balls of whatever, I just smash into them. Very costly. Hopefully that doesn't... it's not gonna lose that much. I think I'll probably end up 4 or 5 behind. It's not too bad, I guess. Eight seconds, wow, just to that. That's annoying. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is shit, honestly. So I just don't know how to predict them. I guess I have to keep playing so I can learn that, but I have heard that it's possible to predict and react to them. All of that because of a missed side flip as well. If I'd just not missed the side flip, I would have avoided the goop balls. So, there it is. This is interesting movement so far. Yeah, this is not too bad on the whole, I can't really complain about this. I wasn't sure where that was going. Side flip shine grab, the classic. Another 2 seconds, so we're about 10 behind. I'm trying to not get behind 30 behind on specifically on Noki. I'm trying to not lose over 30 seconds to the 119. Noki 3 should be okay if I just keep a cool head. This is one of my better levels. Yeah, solid 11 textbooks here, I think. Guys are actually just putting out essays. In my previous PB I missed the Shine room in Noki 2, it sucked. Yeah, that for real does suck. It's not happened to me for a long time, but it's a terrible feeling. But turn a little further there. We got a little stuck on the ground there. Get. Going around the right there is an idea Foundragon had. It's quite a nice one. Gives you some pretty nice Noki 3s, don't lose too much time. Eel, on the other hand, holy shit. Eel. Fortunately, I did also practice this, so I don't feel awful about it, but it's rough. This is a very rough level. Could easily lose 15 seconds and often more. That was interesting. What did I even do there? I just kind of dove in the wrong place. Yeah, we don't talk about Eel. Eel is just one of those levels that you have to put crazy amounts of time into practicing. It's just required, you just have to do it. But the amount of time it took me to untangle the wire, I almost fucking missed the bubble here. Because this is the one level I need game audio for. Turn right. That was good. I'll take that any day of the week. Where is the Shine Spawn here? Yeah, I was on course for Six Tooth, but just like kind of lost it on the last tooth. I guess I just aimed in the wrong place or something. And so I kind of bailed out of the mouth in the direction you would for Six Tooth, which meant that I couldn't go for tooth damage cutscene skip. Because there wasn't enough, like I'd cleaned the last tooth I was going to go for too much, so I couldn't go for tooth damage, I had to go for air damage, and then it's like guessing air damage is a little bit risky. But we got it right. It's not even really that much of a guess now that I think about it, just because like you have enough time to just kind of sit there and spray, because I cleaned almost all of the tooth off, so I could just spray it when I saw the damage go off, react to that. Which is definitely not what you're supposed to do, but there we have it. I'm not good at eel. That clean looked clean, yeah. It was okay. It was 5 tooth with cutscene skip, which is really what you want. That's what I compare against. 1624 is the year my school was founded, my secondary school. I think I'm looking in the right place. Yeah, probably. I think it was 1624. Probably, yeah. And what follows this other than Noki 6? An extremely fun level. Right. Get the stress out of it, out of my hair, and we'll do a bit of 96. I'm gonna need to head out. Good luck on the rest of the run. Thank you. Pleasure talking to you. Hadn't really had a nice chat. Nice chat over a cup of tea. I don't like this level. I almost died again to the unbuffered spin. That was shocking. But we didn't die, we got through it and only lost 2 seconds, so let's fucking go. There's definitely a good pace out of Noki, I have to say, provided I don't make too big an error here, so let's just relax into this level. Fuck off, man. That was why. Like, I was aiming right at him, he didn't take damage, he just... God, I hate this level so much. The water just... it's just inconsistent, like, the water just misses. Like, I did manage to get him down, but both of the opportunities, like the spam spray and the other thing, just missed, and that was 15 seconds. Sorry, I'm just complaining because fuck this level. But that's just how it works. That's just, it's always been like this. Not much I can do. Alright, so I just want to see like how this run is doing. Comparison is +2 with 1 world left. Okay, that's pretty nice. So I'm going to... I guess... bring the pace powers in by switching comparison to PB. I think I've at least switched it to PB. I'll check again in a sec, but whatever. I'll just leave it like this. Made this mistake a couple of times. I don't even know what exactly is causing that, but who cares? People arrive. Yes, personal best comparison, okay. Just don't fuck up first grab. This is like the thing that I'm worst at in the whole of Rico, and I did it really slowly, but you know what, who cares? I dove right at the front of the nose, that loses at least half a second, probably more. Sick, okay, well, at least I got a good second grab, so that's, yeah, acceptable. That is a solid 55-second IL. Oh no, it's not, because I also bonked in Delfino. It's actually 54-second IL. Unfortunately. A lot of movement in my corridor, I wish it would stop. Don't know what causes that exactly. Positioning error or something. Not really sure. Did manage to back it up very fast though. Bruh. I'm just gonna actually deliberately get in the water so I get this water. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Never mind. I'm stupid. All in all, about 4 seconds of mistakes there. Gotta get better at that level. A little bit nervous, but I can just kind of control my breathing. Should be okay. Stand back here and then I kind of like to do this spin jump here. It's fine. I'm leaking time a little bit. Unnecessarily. Reaction time wasn't very good there. I could have stopped myself from rolling out into that fence thing when I realised I missed the damage cancel. Or like ledge cancel, that thing. Don't want to lose 5 seconds on every level. That was good. Big gauntlet, of course, Rico 6. And then Corona with like the boat and all that shit as well. A bunch of stuff, you know. I almost wish I had music to distract me, but it's like a little bit hard to organise that. I'm such a wuss. I should have started spraying a while before that, but I guess it works, right? Shouldn't complain. It's a little wobbly. Still pretty good though. Rico 6 with the fine motor control in my arthritic fucking thumb. It's not really arthritic, but it just kind of feels like it in this level. You just have so little control, it feels like. Just kind of hope for your broad strokes, thumb movements to work correctly and to not have to make too many adjustments. It's just kind of how it goes in this level. Like, the earlier you get the angles and shit right, the better. The way less stressful everything becomes. We should kind of go all the way around here, I think. Might lose up to 10 seconds if I go the long way around like that, but it's fine, I guess. Dive in here. Oh, I've got the shine at least. Oh, it was mad. I've made this mistake before. That was so scary. I made this mistake before. I hit Digital R by accident and stopped while running forwards. God, that shit is terrifying, man. Definitely do not want to have to fucking experience that shit. Alright, Corona. I've not fucked up any of my audio levels, that's good news. I feel like I almost got hit by the fish there. That was slightly scarier than what I expected. I'm just always scared of the fucking rocket storage movement.
Sure is, Papa. Come on in, Mama Peach. I think not. Mario! You again? Don't you ever give up?
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Thanks for the whatever popped up on my notifications alerts. Oh dear. That was my fault. So I know what I did wrong there. It's fine though. Don't sweat that. Damn it. I thought I had more drift there. Stupid ending. Oh, still at 122. Jeez, that was so dumb of me, man. I'm disappointed by that Bowser. What the fuck was I thinking? You gotta get on, you know, you gotta get on more good paces, and you gotta just clutch them out, and you gotta repeat that shit, you know. You can't just be getting a single, like, one of these runs that's almost tied with a 119 out of Pinner, which this was, which I was quite amazed by. It was, how far behind was it? Barely, it was like 20 seconds behind the 119 in the first half. Something like that, I don't know, but like, you gotta get that more than once. You can't just get that once, you know. That's how you steal the nerves and sort out the Bowser and don't lose 45 seconds on Corona again. But yeah, thanks for the GGs, everyone. Meerkat, J, Acer, good to have you all. Warspy, that one guy. Skipped 123, yeah, just about. Raided at just the right time. Yeah, raided at just the right time to see me choke 10 million times. Well, I mean, I feel like I should be able to repeat this, so I'm not that mad about that, but yeah, it is what it is. Doing everything in your power to not get 122, but got it. Yeah, for real, that's pretty much exactly what happened. It was mega dumb what I was doing there. I'm honestly so impressed, you know, all these people who went like straight from a 124 to a 121, and like, feels like I could do it, but nerves. I think I played Rico well considering the nerves I was under. There really weren't too many mistakes in Rico, not obscene ones, like it added up to the usual 20 seconds of slowness and shit, but it was fine. It was just Bowser, so I needed to really... I just need to practice Bowser every day. I think that's it. No excuses. Pianta plus, bongo tap. Pianta plus, bongo tap. I like how he made the same mistake twice because of the because you copy and pasted, I guess, the entire sentence. Thanks for the GG, 15k lib. Good to see you. Thanks for the first time chat. Missed you the first time when I looked through. Right, so yeah. This run, actually the last PB I got, not just this one, but the last one I got, which was a 124 flat, that beat Joe G, who was the former British record holder in like 2015. And I remember looking a few days, like a few weeks ago, I just went back through the Discord and I thought it would be fun to like chronicle the progression of the British record, because I've always known like a lot of British SMS runners, and I've just kind of looked at who is ranked where and had a little leaderboard and that kind of thing. So it was nice to bop Joe G, because that's like, he had has a 124.10 from 2015, because like that's kind of everyone who's better than him is someone I've spoken to at least once. So that's like ancient history, and then there's this, right? So in that sense I would quite like to dedicate this run, or I should have dedicated the last run as well, but I kind of forgot. So like dedicate this one to him, and like Linky and Sarkrai, who had the records back in the day. Everyone misses Sarkrai, but he seems to be doing alright, playing Donkey Kong Country or whatever. I don't know, I haven't really paid much attention because he hasn't been streaming, but hit me with another IL to prac. I feel like I have Pianta 6 down now. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. I'm going to definitely check that out at some point. See how it's going. I think the fun one to start getting a hold of is Noki 2. I think that's a good one. Because it's a bit weird, but fairly forgiving, and you can just kind of incrementally improve at it. You don't really get stuck, you don't really die too much on that level. So yeah, learning Nokia 2 could be a good one for movement. Maybe it's a little bit too long, in which case I would say if you just want to get some movement down, well, it's not even, there isn't really much that's shorter than that, to be fair. It's like Rico 4 Secret's another good one. I feel like I'm pretty quick on Nokia 2. Could probs get up top quicker though? Yeah. Have a look at, the strats that are done in videos and all that, and see how much of it you can implement. There's a bit of a selection. You can do like 2 different strats for the wall kicks at the bottom. For example, you can like spin jump straight at the wall, or you can run up and side flip, that kind of thing. Man, I didn't even look at the fucking credits. I just got overexcited and started talking into the mic, but save. No drop frames either. That was just first run of the day. 122.58. Okay. Yeah, it's like Wasp. I said, did pretty much everything in my power there to not get a 122, but I still managed to get it. I wasn't looking at splits either, so that didn't really figure into it for me. But yeah, losing 30-40 seconds on Bowser to little mental errors. I even remember some of them. There was one where I just wasn't drifting enough to get the ground pound over the platform, and I just kind of automatically timed it the way I usually would, but I didn't have the drift. And the death was caused by hitting rocket, like hitting the R button too early, which, if you play the level optimally, you can hit the R button immediately, because you don't get that much height. You dive and you ground pound out of the rocket before it gets to the peak of the rocket, which means that you can just hold R to charge the next rocket while you're ground pounding, and then the rocket will come out after you're done ground pounding. But if you ground pound from higher up because you spaced it badly, you went higher up before you ground pounded, then you have to delay the rocket, or otherwise the rocket comes out during the ground pound and it just dies and then you fall down, which is what happened to me. That's twice I've made that mistake. Yeah, okay, so let's have a look at splits then, so I can just kind of know what's going on. Like I said, the thing that really struck me about this run was the first half just being it had pretty much no mistakes in it. Like, looking at the 119 comparison just kind of gives it away. I'll have to look back to see what the split was, VS 119. That's 119.40, which is, I can just link that if anyone is interested. There's like a spreadsheet that I made that has custom splits that have been calculated out of ILs. Which is this. Nudge the microphone. But yeah, pretty much the whole beginning was good. I got travel skip, but then fucked something up in Bianca 4 again. I just always make a mistake in Bianca 4. I think I just missed the momentum spin again and crashed into the red spark on the rope as well, I think. So that lost a decent amount of times. Pretty minor mistakes though. Little spacing error on Gelati 7, but it was fine. Got a really slow passing on Pianta 1, which I probably could have done faster. So I need to learn how to deal with bad third jump a bit better. Then everything was good. I'm really surprised by this Pianta 4, because I'm pretty sure I fucked everything up and I still only lost 3 seconds. Yeah, I guess my comparison is really loose there. This was all fine. Yeah, I mean, you just look at this shit, there weren't any real mistakes anywhere. I got the 1 cycle in Pinner 4, which was nice. Unfortunately, missed the 4th rocket in Pinner 1. So if I'd hit that rocket, I would have saved 15 seconds here, so that's very high stakes shit. Yeah, so like right up until Pinner 7, this run was really good. It was like on pace for a 120, low 121 or whatever. Which, if I just upgrade my strats, if I do 3YG instead of 5YG, if I do honey skip, if I go for green cycle, not green cycle, early cycle. That's the one in Pianta 5 because I already do green cycle. You know, put all those strats together, then you could be looking at a 119 if you get a like a 121 flat on these strats. That's kind of the way that I see it. Yeah, died twice on just dropping the spin or just buffering the spin really badly on the cube in Bianco 6. Like, the first time I just did not get any speed off it, and the second time the spin just didn't come out at all. Serena 1, I just made some sort of conceptual error with Hutless again. I think I just dove over the Manta too fast or something, because like the back Manta just would not turn, or maybe I was standing in the wrong place. So I just got a terrible pattern because of that. And my finger wasn't really working either, so I spam sprayed everything slowly. Then like, things were okay. Serena 3 looks a bit slow, I don't know what I did there. Missed the fruit. Missed the water slide, yeah, in the hotel. Really annoying when that happens. Dropped casino skip once. Got really lucky, got carried by King Boo. Things were fine again. The Noki was like fairly mediocre. You just look at all this shit, it's like okay. Eel classic 5-tooth, their damage cutscene skip again. Noki 6, I fucked up ropes again, got green cycle again, almost died again. To the unbuffered spin at the end. I hate that. I should probably try to just not do a spin jump dive at the end if at all possible. Yeah, Noki 7, I just got unlucky. I think the water just did not hit Shadow Mario, so he didn't come down in, because it's really tight where you can spray him for him to fall down at the bottom. Rico was just good. I didn't make my usual Rico 1 mistake. Fucked about a bit in Rico 2 and 3, but otherwise it was fine. And Rico 6, I missed a coin. And then yeah, it was the Bowser fight was the thing that was really just like... Yeah, Noki 7's a funny one because I go, you know, I have like a 4-stage process with it. I go for the insta-kill first of all, which I pretty much just do for fun because I like it, and I do get it from time to time, although I've not gotten it so far in a run. That's all. So it's not consistent at all, it's pretty difficult. It requires a lot of practice. But usually, you know, I miss that, I just kind of do a spin jump dive and then run up, and the spam sprays get him down. This is like the standard strat, that works over half the time. And if that doesn't work, you can get into Y-cam and spray him when he's on the floor, but that also just missed for some reason. I think that was just RNG that missed with the water not hitting him. And then yeah, you lose another 10 seconds and wait for him to climb all the way to the top. It's whatever. Should I just post like standard splits into the Discord this time around, because people just will not big jeb if I post my usual analysis splits. So I'll just post like the usual shit, because that's what people expect, I guess. This is kind of, I wonder what I should do if I should join the weekly and shit, because that's over an hour away. I don't know what I'm going to do for an hour. I'll probably do another run during the weekly, but I don't want to do another run until then, so I might actually just like fuck about and do like Bianco 100 or something, do an IL. Oh damn, I didn't actually get pace powder at all. Okay, never mind. I thought I did because there were like bare people in my stream at the end. Practice Bowser for an hour. But when I practice Bowser, it's fine. Like, I'm always okay at Bowser. I need to practice Bowser not for an hour. I need to practice Bowser for like 10 minutes a day, I think, you know, because I definitely am good enough at Bowser. It's just certain confidence issues and lack of focus and that kind of thing that messed me up. So I think just normalizing it a bit more and just going every day is going to help. Practice Bowser after fast Corona, so there's nerves. If you're just saying the IL, like I actually got consistent enough at fast Corona and that Bowser, that at the end of my grind session for the Corona IL, which honestly, it was like 3 or 4 hours. I remember being terrible at it when I first tried it like a year ago, but like when I ran Corona IL about 2 months ago, like I just played for 4 hours and I was struggling to close out runs, but then at the end it just kind of clicked. But like it wasn't just first Corona, it was also Bowser, because I was already pretty solid at the Bowser IL. And so like I would lose half a second either on first Corona or on Bowser typically, but I was still consistent enough that I didn't really have nerves, and so I just like did it, and I got a pretty solid time. I got a 117 IL. But not only that, but I got that IL about 3 times in a row. I got 117s. Just at the end it clicked, you know what I mean. But before then I was struggling to get a 119, 120. So it's kind of like that, I guess. It's the same with any percent, eventually it just clicks. I have a few splits that are must practices every session. I take it Bowser is one of them. Yeah, I get you. Which ones? I'm curious, are the ones that you have to practice? For me, I think Noki 6 is one that it really helps to practice because the timings for ropes are precise, the timings for green cycle are precise. So just warming that up always helps. Pinna 4 also always helps, similar reasoning. What else do I usually practice? I've had to practice Arena 2 a lot lately just because I always die. Bianco 6 I thought I was out of the woods with, but apparently not. EYG and Corona are the big ones, Noki 1 as well. Noki 1 helps a lot, yeah, I'm not happy I lost 8 seconds on that one. Rico 4 and Bianco 6, yeah. I get you. Out of the ones you've mentioned, I don't have to practice EYG, Rico 4 or Bianco 6 because the strats I do are easy enough, consistent enough, I've practiced them enough. Sometimes I'll get unlucky, like in today's run I just died on Bianco 6 twice. It was still an execution error, but it was a random execution error. It wasn't like there's a systematic problem with how I do that level, it just didn't come out on the day, but like those levels I can definitely just do with my basic, often the basic bitch UIG. So I don't have to practice those, and often it helps me if I don't practice them because I just get less nervous about them. Yeah, nearly every secret, that's fair enough. I didn't have to practice UIG before, but then I started 3YG. Yeah, that's gonna be me at some point. And then you're right. This is really the first PB I've ever actually been excited about, because it was a long time coming, it took me a lot of work to get it, and even then I was throwing so much at the end. You know, reasonably this could have been a mid 122, but that would be denying the effort that it takes, the amount of repetition to get consistent at every level, so it's almost healthy that it wasn't a mid 122, because well, whether it was or it wasn't, it would have been the same actually, I guess. But either way, it's just part of the process, because I'm definitely not done yet. But yeah, no, that makes sense what you're saying. Corona definitely though. It helps me to not practice the beginning of Corona, but Bowser I do need to practice because it's just so weird. I really struggle with it. But the first half of Corona, like, the rocket storage is usually fine if I just think about it and get that muscle memory down. I kind of lost the muscle memory recently because I learned a different setup for rocket storage in order to do Sandbird IL. Otherwise it's fine. Fast boat is... I've been good at fast boat for a year, right? So, or like speedboat, so practicing it would kind of feel like overlearning. I would kind of, or like overfitting. I feel like I would question myself a lot and just worry about the setup that I'm using. Have too many details in my head. And the first section of Slow Chrono is just easy at this point. You get good enough movement, so I don't have to practice that anymore. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Did I get a single gold? I got 1 gold. It was King Boo by 0.7. Funny. Otherwise, not much to report. Summer best is now with that gold. It's going to be 117, 22, I think. Yeah, I agree. It is fun. I agree with that. It's fun, but at the same time, it's a bit rote. It's a bit routine, and I don't play it as aggressively as I do in an IL, where I do dive on the 4th platform, for example, which I would never do RTA, because the 4th platform is the jankiest son of a bitch. But yeah, that's the problem when you do ILs a lot, is that often you find just playing the level boring because you kind of have to do it slowly the way you would in a run in order to practice that. Well, this is definitely a sign of things to come, I think, this run, because it was so, like, the first half was just that good. And a lot of people I know have had, like, runs that have been kind of like that, like they'll just have a really cracked first half or a really cracked second half, and so it's nice that I finally am consistent enough to be able to say, you know, to be able to do that, because before I would just always, no matter what, I would have serious errors everywhere. But like there wasn't a single major mistake in the first half, or like not quite the first half, because Bianco 6 is technically in the first half, but like up to and including pinner exit. Got to cracked everything but Bowser run. Yeah, yes, I mean it was okay. It was still not cracked. Like the second half was, it was still good, but it was not great. Like dying twice at Bianco 6 is really annoying, and then having that and Manta. Like this was almost a minute of time loss. Actually, compared to goals, it was a minute in these 2 levels. And fairly rough Rico, which still needs to be more consistent than it is. And Noki, it's not bad, but yeah, I mean, there's like 10-second mistakes here and there. Yeah, so like this is okay. It's really just the kind of Bianco and Manta that were really disappointing. And then the Bowser as well. So like, yeah, sort of low 122 I'd feel a bit better about. Crack for your PB if nothing else, yeah. Well, this PB is still over 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes slower than Summer Best, so there's still a lot to do. I'll finally reset it, I guess. 117.22 vs 122.58. 5 minutes was kind of my target for like a PB SOB gap, so definitely being a bit closer to that would have been nicer, but it's just again a sign of things to come more than anything else, and it's gonna keep playing. You're cracked in my eyes, okay. Thanks. I definitely want to see people improve, see people, you know, become cracked in the future, watch the progressions, so I'm excited about everyone who's just starting out. Missed the peep, congrats man, yeah, no worries. Nobody shouted it out, SMH. Me too, trying to be supportive as fuck. Yeah, you know that. Yeah, so I'm still pretty excited, but once I calm down, I guess I'll just use up the time until the weekly. Do another run for the weekly, either that or I might do a commentary actually, if it's possible. Because like, an hour before the weekly no one's even mentioned that there's a weekly happening, so like I'm not sure what's going on. Like neither 1UPS nor Lego is here, which is unusual. 1UPS because she always starts the weekly, always organises it, and Lego because he always streams it. So if he's not here, then commentary's probably not happening. I think I would rather do commentary than do another run because I'm still a bit gassed, you know. But yeah, either way, joining the race tonight. Yeah, I'm considering it. But this is your A game, you got to run with it. Yeah, kind of. I guess I know what you mean. Well, the A game's been a long time coming, right? My last PB was yesterday, and that was a 20-second PB. And the one before that was 3 days before that. So I've had like within 4 days, I've had consistent PBs that have been pretty solid. They've not been trivial ones, but like before that, I had 2 weeks of no progress, which is kind of normal for RTA. I'll be there too, just I'm gonna be a bit tipsy, started to drink now, then gonna do drunk runs. Drunk SMS runs, no, that's cool. I remember someone set a fucking world record in 3DAS while drunk. This was like when the game just came out. So 3DAS is a little bit more optimized now, but yeah, back then it was like a 122 while drunk. I fucking remember that. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Probably, it is probably worth me doing another run if I can calm down by the time the weekly starts. But I mean, even if I don't do that, I'll just be back tomorrow, day after. And it's still pretty much A game. PB'd when drunk last time. Yeah, you should hold on to that while you can, because you won't be able to PB while drunk much longer. I Chillin' Dude there too to see the PB. Oh, that's kind of hype. That's pretty cool. Chillin' Dude was away from SMS for a long time, so it was pretty cool to see him come. Nerves were fucked up. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm glad I don't see that much attention in my stream, because that would mess me up as well. You're like a million years ahead of my PB now, load time adjusted, gonna make me have to quit Hoverless early. Bit of competition, doesn't hurt. This is, oh shit, you know, I forgot to say, by the way, this is enough to win the league individual competition. So you know the Winter League, if you don't know about that, I'll just link it. I say if you don't know about it, I'm just talking to like the generic person who may not. But yeah, if you take a look at this shit, now league is not over, mate. No, the problem with the league is it just died out. I'm the only person who's still fucking playing out of the 25 people. But yeah, I mean, it went on for a bit too long. Like it had so much hype around it in the first few weeks, but very much faded. But like the fact that no one's playing just meant that I could swoop in, right? And PB, this 1 minute PB is worth another 12 points on a team that's already cracked and completely ahead of everyone else. But the thing that's important about this is not just that, but the fact that this is enough points to basically come first in the entire league. It's like I'll have like 69 points or so. So on an individual level, I've done better than everyone else, assuming that like Despin doesn't come back, or like Rimato within the next week and bobs me back. But for now, I'm in pole position with a week left, which is looking pretty good. I wanted to come first just because, you know, when I was drafted in the league, I had a really shit 90% PB vs my ILs, so I was a lot better at the game than the PB suggested, so I had a lot of easy win to make up there. And I still kind of do. I'm still miles away from my best possible time. We're some of best, rather. But I'm just not very good at RTA. I'm just not very consistent. It's kind of coming together slowly, but I had to just make peace with the fact I wasn't going to get a 119 as fast as I thought I was going to. I thought I'd be able to do it in 3 months, but no. I'm too shit at RTA, unfortunately. The league thing's pretty cool. Yeah. The draft will happen December 4th. until February 6th. It got extended within a week, which was seen as a God. What is that? What is that? What is that from? It was seen as a. I'm tripping over my words a bit. It was seen as a major error at this time. There's like this thing from like a satire or some shit that I'm thinking of where you would say like, but I just don't remember where I'm thinking of this quote. It's just like you say some outlandish shit and then you just say it was seen as a big mistake at the time or something. But never mind. I love chillin' here, homie now. Not bad. Did he drop you a follow? That would be pretty cool. I'd love a follow from chillin'. Yeah, I don't really have much. You did indeed. Nice, that's sick. That's pretty cool. You know, it's like when you look at all of your followers, which ones have the most followers themselves. That's how you know your clout. He's also subbed to, Jesus. Did I get like, hang on, so I got an alert for a follow. Okay, yeah, it wasn't a sub. Yeah, people don't typically sub to me because I don't have emotes or a history of anyone ever subbing to me, but that's fine because that way Twitch doesn't get money, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really bother me either way. Lurks and Chillin' stream a couple times while doing homework. Yeah, I used to get gift subbed to like Linkus7. That was someone I watched when I was getting into speedrunning a lot. And back when he was a lot smaller and he started just exploding all of a sudden. So in that growth period, there were people who were just continually gifting subs, and there weren't that many people to receive them in the beginning. So I got like 8 months worth of free subs to the same person. Linkus also a legend. He's alright. He has a long and mixed history in the speedrunning community, but I think he's okay these days. Thanks for the good luck. Well, I got a PB. Maybe I shouldn't have reset the fucking timer. Yeah. So, but you know, I'll take the good luck the next time I do a run, which will probably be for the weekly race or something. I don't know. Hold up, where were you going with that? Tell me, did you Linkus these? Biggest run everyone should know is Smallland. My guy just boomed in popularity. Yeah, well, okay, I mean, it's cool that you mentioned Smallland because it's kind of the same shit. So, you know, for Smallland, you know that, like, he's generally disliked in the speedrunning community because of the, like, drama that he pulled with the Odyssey moderators, where he just sort of put them, like, completely threw them under the bus by sort of weaponizing his entire fan base to attack them over basically a minor leaderboard dispute. And so the way he went about doing that just really turned everyone against him. And his reputation never recovered from that, but it never really needed to, because his goal isn't to be involved in the speedrunning community because he has his own stream, and that's good enough, right? Yeah, you remember. So Linkus is kind of similar, but different in the sense that he never did anything that was nearly as bad as that. But it was just a lot more minor things. It was things like, particularly when he had a rivalry with Ian in Wind Waker HD back in 2019, he would constantly be very dismissive of Ian's achievements. Because Linkus is, he's a lot like, I think a lot of like the oldest speedrunners. Like Linkus, so I mentioned Sarkrai, right? One of Linkus's oldest PBs from 2013, 14 had like Sarkrai in it. So this sort of old British runner or SMS runner who was quite popular in the SMS community, and everyone misses him and shit. But he's just kind of known for being around for such a long time. You know, a lot of people got into speedrunning because of him, and you know, he just had this old ancient like video of Linkus getting a 136 in SMS any percent in 2014, and it's just him and Sakurai in chat. It's just like, I guess where was I going with that? He's just kind of an OG, right? But like, the thing is, back then speedrunning was a lot less optimized. You didn't really have to be good to get very far. Like, there were shitloads of people who would just like world record multiple games, like just because it was easy back then. Like Samurai Man in Twilight Princess comes to mind, for example. And like, things changed in the sense that, particularly for Wind Waker HD, Linkus got into the game when it was unoptimized, got like shitloads of world records in it, and he just got like completely blown out of the water when new runners came. And the reason was simply that like Linkus doesn't practice. He doesn't take speedrunning seriously as a sport. He does it a lot more for fun, a lot more just kind of, he just plays, right? And for like him as a streamer, that's pretty good. He can just kind of go around, do different games and shit. But it posed a problem in the sense that, you know, when people started beating him, he had to kind of let go of the fact that he was the best, because the game had changed and you had to actually practice to be good and that kind of thing. That's kind of what happened in Wind Waker HD, and so he had an ego issue about it, and he would constantly just be saying like, oh yeah, any percent is all luck. That was like the meme. You can ask fucking Wind Waker HD runners about that. He would say dismissive shit like that all the time, and then his fans would just kind of buy into it, and they would like start arguments with people on Reddit who were just constantly saying like, it's not luck, this is like, they weren't calling Linkus out directly for it, but they were just like constantly getting pissed off at the fact that his fans were just constantly bullshitting because of all the stuff that he was telling them. So relations between Linkus, and particularly between him and Ian, were just really tight and frosty, and they never really recovered. And then there was another runner who got really good at Wind Waker HD and replaced Ian, so kind of followed in his footsteps, but was even more serious about practice, about optimizing the game, doing, you know, proper movement optimization. And then he and Linkus also had a bit of a rough relationship, but from what I hear, because I haven't been around the community for about a year, I guess, things have improved a lot. So I don't want to criticize Linkus for this anymore. I don't really know, you know, because I've not been around that much. But things started improving, and he's probably at least realized, you know, some of his mistakes from that period. But it's just interesting to bring up because it's a similar dynamic to what Smallant was. Kind of, you know, you kind of just become a big streamer, you get really disconnected from the community. And it's just a different thing. It's like, he is even like Linkus, he is a streamer, he's not really a speedrunner in the same sense anymore, right? He's not part of any speedrunning communities directly. He's still somewhat in Wind Waker HD, but it's very like, I was a lot more present in the Wind Waker HD community than he was back when I was in it in like 2018 to 20. I just talked to people, you know, I was friends with people a lot more. Even though I didn't play the game at all, I didn't like glitch hunt either. I was just a viewer who just really liked the speedrun. But it's that kind of thing, you know, it's like... But yeah, anyway, that is a 5-minute ramble I just did, so I'm gonna see what people said in chat. I do miss Sakurai. Yeah, for real. You feel like the way the entire situation with Smallant has been painted has been pretty unfair. But I see that is a bad thing though. I'm curious what you mean by that actually, about the Smallant thing. It's too bad Point Crow wasn't born like 7 years early, he would have killed it in 2014. I don't know much about Point Crow. Just, you mean as a speedrunner? Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but like, a lot of people would have. A lot of people who are good now. Like if you take someone like Zhe, you know, SMS Ayala, that kind of an approach, you take someone like that and you apply them to a period of time like 2014, and it's just like, you can imagine someone just like destroying everyone, you know. But JPEP said to me actually, like, a lot of the progress that people are able to make in a speed game is actually very like dependent on the exact time that they're in. So like, Jay is a good example of someone who, like, you know, it's the whole standing on the shoulders of giants thing. Like, people really optimized ILs in SMS starting in 2020, starting with JPEP and Equivocal Genius. And then this sort of new guard of people doing that as well. That kind of allows, you know, if there's already a history of people really optimizing ILs and being serious about them, then if that's your kind of thing, if that's the kind of gameplay you enjoy, which it really is for Jay, then you can really make a lot more progress than if you're kind of just going about it a bit blind. Whereas people like Linkus, who are more just kind of just play, you know, just kind of a bit more of an intuitive speedrunner in that sense, like they fared a lot better back in like 2013, 14 or whatever. Samurai Man's another good example. You know, Samurai Man, you're not going to see him optimize an IL ever in your life, right? So he's not the kind of person who could be competitive in any percent anymore as a result of that. But back in the day, before people optimized the game properly, before people did ILs, then it was a lot easier, you know. Not just easier, but it appealed more towards like a kind of consistency-oriented player, someone who could balance out consistency and speed. So Samu, you know, had his time in that sense, and JJ's a player who's kind of like that now as well. A little faster, a little more consistent as well. JJ's an excellent player, but also could not, you know, he wouldn't be able to compete with like the world record unless he switched to just doing ILs more seriously, and that's not what he's about. He doesn't enjoy that. So as times change, the kinds of skills that you need to play the game change, or like to be the best. I've just been listening while pracking is all. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Point Crow sounds like the type of casual speedrunner that would make bank in a time like 2014 where it's unoptimized. Yeah, I think that's what like all of these people who end up becoming big streamers have in common. Like, they're more about, you know, just like, I mean, I guess you could be both, but I guess the interest isn't really in the speedrunning that much, you know, as much as the streaming and all that stuff. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying, although I don't know Point Crow very much. Actually, the only reason I know about Point Crow is because when I was making a fucking, you know, the streams bot in the SMS Discord. So that's something that I made 2 years ago, and I was testing it. Like, I run that bot for SMS, for Wind Waker HD, and also for like Skyward Sword Randomizer or something dumb like that. I don't even remember, but some communities I was in back in the day. And I remember Point Crow he would do like a Wind Waker HD speedrun. No, not even a speedrun. He would just play the game casually, but like label his stream as a speedrun. And then that would come up in the bot, and I was like looking at this being like, man, this is making my bot look worse than it is, because this stream shouldn't be showing up because the guy's not speedrunning. So I went into his stream just to kind of see what he was saying and see if I could like tell him to switch the tag or something. But he had like shitloads of people in chat. You know, I'd never heard of this guy, and I was just like, fuck's sake. And I just left. And so, you know, me and Point Crow are not boys because of that. No, I'm joking. That's just like a petty thing, but I like having petty beef with people that's based on like completely nothing, just for the lols. Yeah, Point Crow's probably cool. I don't know anything about him. I'm back out of this convo. Yeah. Oh, if you're referring to Smallland, I'll have a look at this paragraph. It just seems a lot of people have forgotten a lot of the mistakes the speedrun mods made, and the reasons Smallland reacted in the ways that he did. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Thanks for pointing that out, actually, that's a good point. It also feels like he got overly blamed. He absolutely deserves blame, not saying otherwise, for the onslaught of his fan base. There's a pretty small misunderstanding with no bad actors that had poor conduct from both sides that escalated to levels far greater than it ever should have. Yeah. I think Smallland is more culpable than you make out, cause JPEP, Jesus. JPEP can 100% see me fucking shitting myself laughing. Jesus. No, I read the Reddit post when it came out, and I could see that Smalland was like deliberately distorting facts from the way that he was phrasing things. At least that was the conclusion that I came to. So like I didn't think it was I mean, I agree with you. Like there was blame on both sides, and what Smalland did wasn't like,
Look at that!
you know, it wasn't that bad. It was to the extent where you would just kind of blame him completely. But like, the things that I don't like about it are like the fact that he was kind of manipulating the situation in the way he was phrasing it. The thing with like being accountable for your fan base is something that it's easy to say, like, I mean, I'm someone who believes that you are accountable and you need to be able to predict the risks associated with it. I think that just comes from the privilege of having such a big fan base that you need to actually be responsible for it. So like the things like where you just kind of add everyone in the Discord and tell them to like read this Reddit post and all the harassment that stems from that, I think Smalland is very culpable for that personally. But that's a matter of your own ethics, what you think about that. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and you'll have more context than I would on how the SMO mods acted, because that would have happened in the Discord, whereas what Smalland did was a lot more out on Reddit, which is where I saw it. Yeah, and I mean, I agree with you on that. Like, I never really want to pretend that only one side had flaws in any kinds of these disputes. I mean, okay, let me revisit Linkus and Ian. Like, so I explained what Linkus did that was bad there, but like what Ian did was arguably worse. I remember there were like about 7 days of back-to-back streams that Ian did where the entire stream was dedicated to shitting on Linkus, and they started calling him redacted, which is almost like the way that we talk about fucking Zoomers and shit these days. It's almost ahead of its time that they were calling him that, but like he didn't do anything nearly that bad. He was just, you know, they had valid reasons to complain about him, and it was understandable that Ian was very aggravated about him, but like he just kind of let it go into this stream where some of Linkus's mods would come into the stream and like join in on shitting on Linkus, which I didn't really understand what that was about. There were a lot of people who were kind of torn between the two, but like pretty much everyone agreed that Linkus was more in the wrong, but like then that stopped being the case when you saw the extent to which they were shitting on him, and he very validly complained that he was being bullied in that situation. And then it stopped eventually. But yeah, that's an example, right? You can kind of decide for yourself who is more in the wrong in that situation. I would say Ian. Oh, it reminds me of another situation, but I don't want to talk about that yet. There's a situation in SMS that's quite similar, but I don't want to talk about it yet because I'm sort of just working on stuff that I want to say about something related to that, and so I don't want to open the can of worms until I'm ready for that. Nah, not Urbani. Urbani's been dealt with. Urbani's been handled. I mean, I say that as if like we took out the trash or some shit. I mean, Urbani's like, you can make up your own mind from the evidence. I agreed with most of the evidence that was presented and the conclusions Lavi came to, but I understand I feel like I understand a lot of where Urbani's coming from in the way that he behaved, so I'm not like as against him as most people are, I think, but I actually thought about that situation. He's been handled. We took care of it. We just, you know. Yeah, no, I mean, this is totally chill for me. I quite enjoy just chatting. It's nice. I've had streams like this before where I just did not even touch the fucking controller for half an hour. It's basically what this is at this point. Because the problem is I don't have any ILs that I'm in the middle of learning, and then I can just go back and like start practicing them mindlessly. I'd have to actually really concentrate to learn an IL. So I just was like, fuck it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone did fucking say Redacted 7 as well. God, I probably have some of the chat logs in somewhere on my computer from that. That shit was obscene. I feel like I should have backed up some of the VODs as well. That was just, it was outrageous. I really don't understand that shit. Like, the things that people get away with sometimes in speedrunning communities. Like, that would have definitely incurred a ban if it had happened in the SMS community. Like, just you run 7 days of streams where you just harass someone. Like, that's pretty unacceptable. I think that is worse than anything Linkus did. But yeah, I enjoy listening to the speedrunning community commentary. Yeah. Glad to hear it. I'm just going to quickly check. I think somebody turned up and started the race room for the weekly. Yeah, I lost track of time. Oh, there seems to be a fucking Spanish SMS race on SRL. Holy shit. And everyone who's in it is complete fucking boomer. It's Danny, Dobby, and Saro. I was wondering why is somebody racing SMS on SRL? That would be why. That's really funny. SRL is cheek, so shout outs to Brams. Okay, so Lego is saying any commentary gamers. I think I'm gonna join that. I just don't feel like doing another run because I'm overexcited from my PB. And my PB, I don't know if it even deserves that much excitement because of all the time I lost to Bowser, but fuck it. Fuck. I saw Golden Devil typing, and so I wanted to make sure I put my hat in the ring before he managed to get his message out. Nah, I mean, he can still join. 3-person commentaries work pretty well. I mean, they work fine, like, it's no biggie. But in my defense, he definitely commentated more recently than I did. Your commentary is also a game now, so commentate with it. Wait, what do you mean? Your commentary is also a game, so commentate with it. Didn't pass your sentence. Oh, as in like a game, so you should run, but the commentary, oh, as in, but like the way I've been talking. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. The video game dramas are hard. Yeah, it's good to learn from them. You know, I was quite disappointed that people didn't talk more about Abani, because if people had spoken a bit more about the Abani situation, I probably would have defended him a little bit as well. You know, it wasn't. The stuff that he did was like understandable from some sort of ways of thinking about it psychologically. Like, you can kind of see where it came from, and that doesn't make it acceptable, but it does make it more human. And I would have liked to have been able to talk about that and say, like, yeah, I mean, you know, he's gone now and whatever, but I hope people don't hate him over that stuff. I mean, I don't know. Some of it was on a personal level pretty bad for some of the people who it affected, but I just mean in a general sense. You have no idea what the Abani situation is? Yeah, you can just check out Larvitar. I think this is his Twitter handle. But yeah, you can just find it on the Larvi's Twitter. You can just read the case if you want to know about that. But I guess what I wanted to say was what I wanted to say about that was just like, it's good to talk about it so that people don't just blindly side. You know, everyone's, because I mean, reading a case doc like that can be quite difficult. So just having a nice discussion about it helps people understand what happened, and just getting opinions out. And like, it would have been good for people to have a good understanding of what Obani did and why that was shit. Rather than just kind of siding with the cancellation, because like Obani lost all his friends in the community pretty much, and then it's like easy for people to gang up on him. I don't think that's the way things should go. I think people should reason about what happened more and learn about those situations. Either way. But yeah, yeah, I don't know, at this point I'm just thinking about some stuff related to that I need to do. It's not related to Obani, it's a shit situation that I have involving a different person. But I don't know, we'll see how that goes, I guess. I just have to get organized about it. Your emote confuses. Sorry, what was I gonna say? Your emote worries me, Shay. If you could always talk in DMs if there's anything you want to talk about, or you feel like I said something wrong or anything. You know, I'm happy to hear it. I'm not like, I wasn't friends with Obani, so I have no real reason to defend him. First run of the day is the race, and drinking for it. I'm stupid. It's fine. You'll enjoy yourself. That's the thing that's most important. What were the big mistakes in the PB? So the PB was 123 flat, pretty much. The mistakes were like 40. Yeah, so the Corona split lost about 40 seconds on Bowser. There was like a death to mistiming a rocket, and it was just extremely nervy, extremely sloppy. I just made tons of mistakes, like missed ground pound, stood in the wrong place, delayed rockets badly, waited. It was almost like a very casual Corona Bowser fight. Lost 40 seconds. There was that, and then there was 2 deaths on cube skip in Bianco 6. Like, I dropped a spin the second time, and the first time I just got almost no speed out of the spin jump and just like died. I almost made that over as well, but not quite. So that was another 35 seconds. The Manta, there was like this really... I did Heartless wrong, and I ended up with one of the Mantas coming straight towards me and the other one going straight backwards. And I still wasn't sure what I did wrong. Like, and waiting for the other one to turn around lost about 10 seconds, and then I had a shit pattern as well, so I ended up losing 20 there, I think. So those mistakes, which adds up to what, like, what did I say, 40 there, 30 there, and 20 here, adds up to a minute and a half. So those were like the biggest mistakes. And then mistakes like dropping casino skip once cost 12 seconds or so. Noki 1 I got like the equivalent of a 112 IL. Because I got hit by that fucking sludge bomb again. Even though Pumps told me to stop getting hit by the sludge bombs. And there's probably another 10 second. Oh yeah, like, I guess this kind of counts, but like Pinner 1, I missed the 4th rocket again. You know, I had a perfect mecha right up until shooting the early grabbed 4th rocket, and I just missed it, and then the rocket whizzed past Mecha Bowser, didn't respawn, so I lost 15 seconds on the spot. Oh yeah, Noki 7, Shadow Mario just ran up the fucking cliff again, so I lost 15 there as well. Yeah, so let's just say those are the major mistakes. There might have been something else, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So I just listed about 2 minutes of mistakes. 40 seconds to gold or 40 seconds to PB. Yeah, I'll post the splits soon, don't worry about it. I'll probably post them after the weekly, so I just keep chilling. If we're talking about Bowser lost 40 seconds to 119 comparison, which is a 135 IL. So it's already pretty slow. And I lost 40 seconds to that. It was something along those lines. I was also slow on the rocket storage, but probably DM you after the weekly if I don't forget, but don't worry too much about it. In general, right? So I was thinking of DMing you as well when we had that discussion about, you know, that long discussion about different ways of like handling, you know, calling yourself out for being bad and that kind of stuff. You know, that really long discussion that we had. I wanted to DM you about that as well because I just feel like I just kind of, it slipped my mind and then I thought it was unimportant. Just because I thought that like, it's good to just talk about it. It's good to not have too many ghosts because, you know, you might think, for example, I was calling you out for something where I just kind of wasn't. I just kind of wanted to have a nice open discussion about things, you know, that kind of thing. So I just like talking, and DMs are good for that, and you can really establish trust in them. So definitely DM me. What was the 119 Corona comparison? Was that better than gold? Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit better. The gold is just not great, because I always fuck something up with Bowser or rockets. Yeah, I just need to work on that, but I basically have about 8 seconds to save on that gold. It's definitely the worst gold that I have at the moment. I really want to get this dock, but apparently links to other docks in the dock and Gaia just can't... I just can't get through this. There's so much here, what the heck. Yeah, if you're talking about Urbani, Larvae links an extensive amount of evidence. I'd actually love to jump in a Discord with you. I feel like I could chat to you for hours about SMS and learn and shit. Yeah, we should organize something. Just, this is what I was thinking, just like, find like one of these races and then just go like, particularly the EU one, because it's like at a time of day where I can actually talk. Like the EU weekly on 7 at 7 PM on Saturdays. Just like do something after that, you know, just get in the main Discord, have a little chat, practice session, grind, that kind of thing. I feel like that could be good. Down to do, I want you to whisper your Discord to you. You can join main Discord. Yeah, you should. I think it makes more sense to join a main one so you can have like a bigger set of people. Makes it a bit nicer, particularly when you sort of not had too many calls in the past. It makes it a little easier to break the ice and that kind of thing, I think, at least for me. But the problem we have with the main Discord is that people often just walk in and chat shit. Like we had this fucking stoned guy walk in the other day. It wasn't even just that he was stoned, but it was the fact that he had this, you know, thick foreign accent and he just wasn't saying anything that meant anything. He wasn't making no sense. It kind of reminds me of like this one guy I knew at uni who every time he smoked weed, he would start to lose, because he was a foreign student, he would start to lose his English really hard. This isn't exactly what happened with this guy, but I don't know, he just did not say anything that made sense, and then he was trying to be funny, so he kept saying, am I trolling too hard? He was pronouncing it trolling. And people were just silent because he wasn't funny. So like, yeah, that's the main risk with the main Discord. But other than that, it should be okay. Like, yeah, I'll definitely get organized and just be around after that race. Because I won't join this one, so I should probably join the one tomorrow. But even if I don't, I'll just be around. You should read the docs, they're important. People put tons of effort into them. Yeah, I mean, they're somewhat important. It depends. If you know the person, then they're important. Then you have to read them. If you don't, like, you know, if you've had no interactions with Urbani, then it's not important.
Welcome to the sun-drenched
I think that's my take on that. I think that's fairly simple.
to welcome you to our beautiful home. Come enjoy a natural wonderland to which we've added the world's finest resort facility.
You're gonna be the next stone foreigner in there.
And
Nah, but my guy speaks English natively, so he should be okay.
Isle Delfino. And let us refresh your body and
It's not gonna be quite as bad, at least I'll put it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna chill for, you know, 15 minutes or so, because I need to probably go to the toilet, get a bit of food, and then get on the commentary. So I'll be commentating this race, hopefully. I think that's been approved. Let me check. Yeah, I think this is definitely happening. Lego's definitely going to be there. And I registered an interest on that, yeah, so that should be fine. So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna head out. It was definitely a pleasure chatting for 45 minutes straight. I do enjoy that a lot. And I'll be back. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow. I might take a break, do some other things. But I'll be back the day after. Streaming, because I still want to push this as far as I can get it before the league ends, even though I've hit my, like, okay, I'm happy with this goal, which was just come first in the league. Hopefully no one bops me back, but for now. I don't think anyone's gonna bop me back because no one fucking looks at the sheet anymore. Like, the hype died out so hard. Absolutely no one cares anymore. Which is kind of sad, but it's also just a testament to how useful tenacity is in speedrunning. Like, the fact that you can just run a 3-month competition and just don't burn out, just kind of put in consistent effort, don't be too disheartened if it doesn't work out. And, you know, I'm like the only person who's still going. The Schmidt is still going as well, to be fair. He hasn't streamed the last couple of days, probably just busy IRL, but he's definitely also... I mean, what do he and I have in common is the fact that we're both quite old, we're like 27, 28. So it's just easier at that age to be a little bit more consistent and less volatile in terms of burnout and that kind of stuff, I think. Alright. Take care. No worries. Catch you later. Yeah, I'll see you both later. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks again for the congrats.